All right, guys, good evening, all. Thanks for joining me for our monthly options recap. If you're looking for the futures and Forex recap, I think Nick will be doing a video on that, or if not, breaking it down on the Discord. For now, this is going to be the options one. Just a disclaimer, this does not include masterclass signals, which we also do, and the unusual options activity like ETRN, Pfizer, we got a couple there, CCJ and all that good stuff. So that is not included. The only thing that is included in these trades for the month of July is the premium signals that we sent to everybody. Basic signals are the same, mind you, but basic does not get the exits, so it's just premium. Every single trade here, guys, is in our premium signals group on the actual channel. So again, if you are an options signals member for premium, you can feel free to go back to any of the screenshots that we have. Entries and exits are all posted. So again, feel free to take a look at that at your convenience to backtest or what have you. So again, good to have you on board. It is July 31st, end of the month. Let's go ahead and get started on the actual spreadsheet. So a couple things that stood out here. 21 in a row was the record that we got of stocks traded in terms of options, excuse me. It is a little off here because we closed Robinhood and Apple towards the end. So we got JP Morgan, Chevron, and Alibaba before because these two ended with chop and they ended worthless in a sense, ended at zero. So that's really the things that stand out. Here's the tally. We got two today. We got Roku and Palantir. Remember that was part of the watch list this weekend. Roku was part of the 3 stocks that I was watching on the market blog. I also talked about Palantir and Roku and I believe Intel this morning on the morning note. So if you haven't joined the morning note, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any time that I'm on the morning note, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time daily. Okay, so 30 out of 37 this month, 81%. We were at 86% at the peak. Then we had a couple losses, Robinhood, Apple, and UPS. So since we have so many green here, and again, I don't want to be that guy just to go to every single one. What I think is best for everybody is for us to learn through our mistakes. What didn't work? And then we go move forward. So again, if you are interested, all the screenshots are here. I will look for them as we go if we talk about an individual one, but they are all here. Even the losses, for example, UPS down here, minus 199%. Apple, again, expired worthless, 98%, 99%. Same thing with Robinhood. Again, those were the last 3 losses that we had last week. Looking at this whole thing here, the breakdown, again, if you're looking at the Excel sheet, we have notes and runners. So this spreadsheet here that I posted, keep in mind, this is the minimum you would make if you went ahead and closed based on our entries and our exits. There are some names here like DraftKings that gained 645%, Shopify that gained 421%, Caterpillar gained 170, Apple got 200 if you guys remember on that AI news. Metaverse got 160, Square got 125. I think that we got a little higher on Square. I know Square was one of the better ones. That was the July 1470 calls, 415% on those. So in regards to the losses, let's go ahead and start with those because I want to go ahead and kind of look back on what we could have improved and what we need to change moving forward, or we don't need to change anything. Great month all around. Again, 30 out of 37. That's 81%. The first one on the list we're going to go is with Tesla, and that was on July 7th. So we're going to go ahead and go to the daily to kind of break it down on exactly what happened. July 7th was here, right here, and we got chopped. So again, July 7th was the expiry. We got in July 3rd. July 3rd is where we got this pop above 280, and then we chopped around. We finally broke out back on the 19th. So again, Tesla really just early. Again, you can see the 7th expired minus 100%. We didn't get Tesla after that. I don't think we didn't trade it. So again, not a lot to do. You can see just a lot of chop here based on July. You can see July 3rd. July 3rd is when we filled and then we pulled back and then expired on us. But then we got the pop next week. And then we had the drop in earnings and we're just kind of chopping around here. So we really haven't put much attention into Tesla, at least after that trade, until we get to above 280. JP Morgan, 148 calls. And again, after this JP Morgan loss, we hit JPM again, 30% back in July 12th. We hit JP Morgan again for 36% on July 20th, and we hit it again July 20th one more time, the 160s. We hit as high as 80%. We got 36%. So really we went JP Morgan 1, 2, 3 out of 4 on just JPM alone. I want to make sure I got that 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4 times we traded, 3 out of 4. We more than made enough up to make up for that loss there. And then the runners were pretty good too. At least in the JP Morgan side, we had one more. Hit as high as 80%. That was the one from last week. It expired July 18th, 28th. So let's go to JPM and see exactly where we messed up on. And really, based on July, it was a really great month for the stock, and we talked about that for a while. July 3rd, we pulled back, and you can see this is exactly what happened. We got in on the date of July 3rd to July 7th calls. July 3rd, this is the date. We got the breakout, and then we pulled back to July 7th, and then we got the run up. So unfortunately, we got the false breakout, but it eventually broke out anyways, was what we wanted, and we rode the whole thing up. And we still got a gap to fill, guys. It's not like JPM is done. We just need to get above this level here of around 161. I don't hate playing JPM if we do get above these highs here of around 159.35. Maybe we could do the 160 to 161s depending on the volume as we go forward. But this morning, I mean, I had a ton of alerts come out. So we got Roku and Palantir. I'm not too upset. But JPM, you know, again, not much to do there. We just got chopped. So Tesla and JPM were the two names that chopped us up on July 7th. That was kind of the rough patch. Again, we're going to go and do SPY on July 7th as well. We'll do it here, July 7th. And again, we got in July 7th. We got the break that we wanted. Was it the 7th? Was that the 7th? No. We got in the 3rd, excuse me, the 445 calls on the 3rd. So we got the break that we wanted here. You could see we got in at around 442. We're looking for 445, and we just kind of chopped down all the way to the 7th. So we eventually got where we wanted. We were just early from the 6th until the 12th. For about 6 days, we were just too early on SPY. If we would have got back in again after this break, we got to ES futures anyways. We ran all the way up to around 459.55 at the peak. So again, it's not like we haven't been trading S&P. We've just been doing futures since it's a little better off of a trade instead of options with time decay where you get chopped. Metaverse was one that I really was pissed off at. That was on July 6th. Let's go ahead and expand this here. July 6th. Let's see if I can get it here. Okay, July 6th. We got the pop here above, and then we kind of chopped away, and then we just got stuck between 3 red daily candles, and then what happens? We boost higher all the way up to 318. Mind you guys, we had the 300 calls. So JPM, Tesla, and JPM and S&P all hit in the money if we were to just held, right? If we just had a longer expiry. So maybe that was something that we could have done differently, but I think mainly we just got chopped. In terms of Tesla, I don't know if it got to 300, did we? We did get to 300. We got to 300 on the 19th. So just, basically about 2 weeks too early on Tesla. But we did not play it after that. But again, we had other opportunities. Same thing with Metaverse. So these names are getting in the money. We're just a little early. And again, it's just the chop that kind of kills us. This is the downside risk of trading options. Once we locked that down in terms of timing, you can see just a continuous move. We just took advantage of the momentum across the board for 21 straight. I mean, not much more you can say. In terms of Robinhood, I went over it this week. I mean, we just got chopped. That's really it. It's at 1286. We got to 13, really today at 1301. We were literally, guys, at the 13 calls for 14 calls, excuse me. So again, it may get a little higher. It wasn't 14, I'm sorry. I thought I had 13 calls, but 14 calls. Again, you can see just a nice breakout, but just chopping. You know, we got this one ugly candle on the 27th. Just needed to buy some time on a Robinhood. We did the same with Rivian, if you guys remember, where we bought some time, and it still didn't work out. So it's kind of those, damned if you do, damned if you don't. The problem with options is that it's time. Time is always the factor. So always understand that right when you open an options trade, especially for the same week or next week, short-dated options, the clock is ticking. That is the number one enemy, is time. So that time decay, you need that stock to move the direction that you want, up or down. You need momentum. What we don't want is chop. That's what kills us. So and really the only issue we've been having is that we're a little early. That's really it. A couple of reversals. I mean, the one that stands out in terms of reversal was really UPS. UPS was an ugly reversal. We got to 41%. I just didn't press enter. That should have been a win. We should be 31 out of 37. I'm going to count it as red, even though some of the members told me that they got it. But either way, based on the actual spreadsheet here, guys, 30 out of 37, 81%. If you just did $500 risk per trade based on what we did, no runners, just getting out when we get out. Yes, we have a couple that are 37, 51, 40, 25, 20%, 12% that we got Alibaba because we finally got that return that we wanted. Remember, Alibaba was a grind. Alibaba took a little bit, and look at this now. Now we're pushing. If we get above 103.50, I'm going to play the calls to around 107.71. And then we can play calls all the way to 116. So it's really just timing. Look, we got the breakout. It just chopped around. And that's kind of like the frustrating part of it, of options. But again, it's all about getting better. No excuses. Just have to just keep pushing forward. $1,728 if you did a $500 per risk trade holding no runners. 81% win-loss. That's pretty damn good. Not bad for $200 a month on premium. And we're going to continue to get better. Let's go to year-to-date. So year-to-date, this is now updated. We are now 123 out of 159 trades. That's at 77%. Again, all details are here. I'll send the spreadsheet to premium options so they can at least see it. But again, very, very beautiful action. Again, I think our win-loss tally should be a little better because we had a couple of names that we could have traded and changed. One was a hedge, NASDAQ QQQ on February 3rd, ahead of FOMC. That expired worthless. A gap down on a headline for Apple on February 15th. We hit 25% on SPY on March 10th. Google hit 37% and reversed. And as you notice back in this month of July, 33%, 34%, 35%. A lot of those quick hitters not waiting for us to get reversed on. Yes, we can get a little more. That's what the runners are for. So again, we're going to base it on the price action. The last thing we want to do is get reversed. I'm still pissed off about UPS, SPY, Alphabet, and those names. You could see Alphabet, 37% on those March 10, 97 calls. In the money, mind you, down the line. SPY hit way above 402. I mean, what can you do? Microsoft, premium burn at the bell on the 20th. Stock tanked. Reverse on the gap up, not filled. Bank of America. Amazon with a 96 puts was 10% on an overnight soar job. Apple, 155 puts, overnight soar job. Hard to short in a bull market, guys. But hey, there's opportunities. We're going to take it. IWM didn't work out. Tesla didn't work out. But again, look at the names that have done well so far this year. In terms of the biggest returns, Disney calls, 105 calls, 300%. You also have Tesla, 150 calls, 372%. SPY, January 25th, 27, 400 calls, 348%. Microsoft, 240 calls. Mind you, the stock now is trading at where? Microsoft, 335. So we've been riding this train for a while. Microsoft, 156%. Google, Alphabet, 105 calls, way above now. We're at 133, made 386%. Palantir, one of the names that we've been hitting over and over. We hit it today, 464% on a runner that we got on Palantir on the 9.5 calls on Palantir on February 17th. We are now at $20 per share. So again, riding that up. DraftKings, same thing. We had the 18 calls. I think that stock is trading now at 31.78. So again, options have been giving us the better ROI than just buying and holding right now. So we're trying to squeeze as much juice as we can out of this bull market right now. What else do we got? Runner, Netflix, 335 puts. We caught that for 500%. If you held, I got out for 60%. What else got hit here? AMD, 90 calls, 400%. On a runner, 265 calls on March 15th for Microsoft, 283%. So again, I mean, we got tons of them. The best one I want to say is Palantir, May 26, 10.5 calls. That got 712%. I want to say that was the trade of the month. 712%. May 26, 10.5 calls. Let's look at that for fun's sake. Here we go. May 25th. There you go. Right here. 1179 got as high as around 1469 that same week. That was the 10.5 calls, May 26, 712%. Yep. The best trade of the month. Sorry, this is it. Tesla, May 31st. We filled the June 9th 220 calls, 1,263%. I got out for 20%. mind you. So again, maybe everyone else got a runner. I did not. But again, that was May 31st. And you can see how much we soared then. May 31st was right here. We continued to 6.8. I want to see if that date was June 9th. Yep. We got as high as June 8th, June 9th to 241. Wow, 241. So big move. Other notable ones, Mara we've hit multiple times this year, 393% on a runner on June 20th, 350% on DAL, Delta Airlines. I know a lot of people love that one. Apple, 413% in the money on the 190 calls. That was back in June. So another one here in July that we had that was nice was the Shopify, 421%. I'm glad we sent that. And then DraftKings, 573. So if you notice that the big, high beta names have been very good to us, and that's what we've been trying to continue to hold and keep pushing. 6,972%, same mathematics apply. $500 per risk on the trade based on the percentages that we got out. No runners are included. If you had a $10,000 port trading at $500 per trade, that gets you around 5%, which would be your max risk. You did every single trade, even with the exits being worthless. 6,972%. That's 69.72% on a 10K portfolio if all things were equal. So we're going to go and expand this to really drive the point home. There you go. 69.72%. So what are some of the things that, let me see if I get this. What are some of the things that I'm looking for next month? Really just consistency. I want the same consistency. I want to focus on, again, 30 to 35%, 40% with momentum. We want to make sure not to put too much risk on the board and just go a step at a time, guys. Again, don't change anything that you've already been doing now, which has been being consistent and just sticking with what works. You know, your same position sizing and making sure that to exit and keep an eye on what we're telling you to do in terms of the premium signals. Again, guys, you don't have to close when we do, mind you. That's not a requirement. You could do what you want when you want. So you could see that we have our trophy room. A lot of the names that have done well, we've posted. So some really good stuff here. A lot of futures and a lot of gains here. Microsoft, Tesla, Qs. Nice job, Mr. Turo. XPV, that was a UOA. I got 316% on it. So again, some really good stuff. XPEV here, 303%. Again, that is not part of the signal group. That was a UOA. That was just extra. Slow and steady wins the goal. You could see $30,000 in profit. That's great. So excellent job, Brian, on the 24th of July saying that. And some really fun stuff. Here we go. We have CVX, a bag that we took. So, and also another gentleman here getting CVX 112% while he's at work. That's what it's all about. And this is my wife's account that I traded to on TOS. So some really good stuff. Again, I'm very proud of everybody. But again, expectations go higher, as we know. Expectations always go up as, you know, for example, if you are a football fan, you know, Tom Brady wins that first Super Bowl. Now the expectation is go to the Super Bowl every year. If not, then you're a mess, you know, then it's over. You know, that's it, you suck. And with that being said, you know, what do you do in terms of forward expectations? You just have to raise your quality in order to meet those expectations, and that is what I expect to do. Every single week, I want us to be perfect. I don't want a loss whatsoever. That's the goal. So if we can get green every single week, I think that's perfect for everybody, and that's exactly what we're going for. Losses will happen, sure, but again, we don't want that. So again, it's the idea is to have the high probability setups to make as much profit as we can and get the hell out. So again, just like Tom Brady's not measured by how many AFC championships or divisional titles he's won, it's about Super Bowls. And for us here at GAR Capital, it's about how many green weeks, how many green months do we have returns where members are satisfied with their money being made. Are we providing value for you guys? That's the key. And I think the Discord is kind of that gateway to assist you guys. So again, you know, we have the market blog, we have the watch list and charts. Every single trade for premium is broken down with watch lists and updates. Very important. So again, we are with you every step of the way. We do radio sometimes. We have the trophy room if you guys want to go and post some of your gains. Totally cool. This is a community. This is where everyone comes together on, kind of the same idea that we just want to profit from the market, use our skills to benefit ourselves, right? That's kind of the deal. But again, name a place where you can talk about financial news, economics, and trading. Not many places. This is the place to do it because we're all on the same page, and we built some really good relationships, and I'm very proud. So onward and forward. The first month of the quarter is over. As you know, we're around 81% for the month of July, 81% for the quarter in terms of year to date. I don't know why this is. Let me go ahead and clear this. Year to date, we are now at plus 69%, 69.7% in return. That's not including UOA. That's unusual options activity. Not including masterclass trades. Again, 123 out of 159 is 77%. That is pretty great. I want to end the year above at least 85. And I know that's a big, tall task because we have so many trades now. We'd have to go on a crazy streak in order to boost that. Well, whatever it takes. We just did 21 in a row. I thought we could never break 18 in a row, which we used to have. I want to say that was back in 2019 or 2017, if I'm mistaken. But I remember the number 18. So we got 21. We just got 2 today. So again, we're going to build on that streak, see if we can get to 22 rather quickly. Well, as soon as we can. So congratulations to everybody that has been part of our group. I'm very proud of you guys. We'll keep this momentum forward and do the best we can to make as much money for you guys as possible while you're learning and enjoying. So again, I'm very humbled that you're part of the service. And if you haven't already, here's the news. Here's all the info. Here's all the stuff that we do. We'd love to have you on board. Love to have you part of the community. And I'll do my best, and we'll do our best to make sure that you get value from the service as well. So GAR Capital all day, every day. We love you guys, and we will see you guys tomorrow for the morning note. Cheers.